Hello and welcome. In this video, I will show you how to generate PDF file or any report or invoice in Java using Jasper Report library or API, Jasper Report API we can say here. So basically, when we're developing desktop applications, so maybe we need to generate some bill or PDF file, or when we're developing web application, maybe we need to prepare one report, or we need to download the invoice in our application, right? So in this video I will show you how to generate PDF file or how to generate invoice. So in this video I have created one uh, Spring Boot web application, and here is the endpoints user that will return the user information, so like in the JSON format here. Okay, so this data, what I want to return this data in the PDF format. Okay, so I will show you how to prepare or how to design that invoice. So to design that UI, I need to add one uh, plugin. So go to Eclipse Marketplace and just search here for Jasper. So we have the Jasper Report Studio where we can design our JRXML file. JRXML file is basically in XML format we are going to write the UI part for our invoice. Okay, so just we have to search here Jasper. So here is the Jasper Soft Studio we can install. So it is already installed in my system. So this studio, Jasper Soft Studio plugins, we have to add in our Eclipse. Okay, so that is already installed. So once it is installed, then I have to just right click, go to new, and if you are not seeing here, just go to other, search for Jasper. Then we can see here Jasper Studio. Just select this Jasper Studio, and we have many templates already designed, so we can just select that one and we can edit as per our requirement. But I want to show you from scratch, so just I'm going to take here the blank A4 size, next, and just write the name of file, invoice.jrxml, and finish. Okay, so now we can see here our one design. So we have different segment here: title, we have page header, column header, details, column footers, all things we have. And currently this is the A4 size. If you want, we can change this size. Like suppose I want to change, just right click and we can select page format, and in the page format we can select here A4, A size, or whatever the size we want, like A3 suppose. If you select and just click OK, so this is now the A3. Let me page format, suppose A9. If I select, click here, so this is the A9 size. So whatever the size we want, we can just select from here. So right click, what I want, just I want A4 size, so we can select here A4 size, and whatever the custom size if you want, we can give here the margins and everything, and what is the page orientation we want, that may be the portrait or landscape. Okay, so this is the what is called design parts, and here in the outline we can see our invoice. There are the many segment here, like page header or column details. If you want to remove anything, like suppose you want to remove page header, so just we can delete from here. Again, if you want to add, just right click and we can add this band. Okay, so what I want, just I want to delete, so we can delete page header. If you want to delete, just right click and delete. So here what you want, I want to just add some title, so I want to just add some color. So we have many elements here. Then we can select ellipse, or if you want to select rectangular, just I want to take rectangular. So I have taken here rectangular, and we have many things here. Just right click, alignment, we want in center, so now it is center in this segment, I mean in the title. Then size, so if you want to fit both, so it will fill in that title part. Okay, and if you want to change the color of this one, just go to here the properties, or you can right click also and go to properties and appearance. So here is the fore color and here is the back color, right? So background color, if you want to change something, so we can just write select one color and it will be like this. Okay, so if you want to change the border, or if you want to remove borders, so what I want, I don't want to border, so just make this 0, so there is no any border of this one. And if you want to see the preview, just see so how it will be how it will look like. Okay, so we can write, or we can do like this. Okay, then what we need to do now, we have many things here, variables or parameters or fields, these all things. Okay, then what I want now, I want to add some column header. In the column header, what you want, or suppose that I want to add here image or any logo, or I want to add any text. So there is the two text field and static text. So just I want to take one constant, I mean the static text. So we can select here what static text. If you want to write here user report, so we can write user report. We can select here and we can see the format in the center, or we have to do in the middle. We have to increase the font size, so we can increase the font size. And we have to do many things from here. Just right click, we want to fit this both side, so we can fit like this. Or we have to customize, like we have to do like this, we can do. Okay, so if you want to change the text color, so just we can go to properties, like foreground we want to change of this one, so black. We want to make this white, we can make this white. Fine. Here what I want to add some logo. From here we can take the image. Fine, we can select the image from wherever we want. So we can select absolute path, we have to select one image. So just I want to select any logo, or just we can select from here white color, that's fine. So I can put, so whatever designs or anything we want, just we can do from here, right? So this is what we can do. Now what I want to add some column. If you want to just decrease the size, we can do from here. And just I want to take a text, I mean again some column, so static text I can take from here. Fine. Okay, so just how many columns I want. So in this bin we have 5 columns, so 5 properties. Okay, so just make this in center, or okay, vertical alignment, bold. Okay, if we want to increase the font like 12 or something, so we can do. And just copy and paste, so I can copy and paste here, make this in the proper alignment, and the same thing. Fine, select all, and we can make this in center. Fine. Great, so we can see the preview from here. That's it. And what I want, the problem, no, there is not problem, just change the text, user ID, email. Fine, so these are the columns what I have added. Now I need to add what is called fields name. Okay, so what you want, these are the static texts are not going to be changed, and the field name now we have to take text field, text field. Okay, make the same thing. Fine, and we have to add great. Now the most important thing now we have to do here, I have taken here the dynamic fields here. This is not the static one, this is the dynamic field. So I have to bind these all the fields here. Then I need to add the fields here. Okay, just create fields. Then I need to create 5 fields here. Field. And I have to name this field name. So remember what will be the name of this property, just click here, and user ID. User ID. So user ID, why? Because in user class we are just binding this property, and this is the integer type. So what it will happen, it will call internally user, I mean the user object dot get user ID. So it will call the getter method for get first name, get last name. That's why the name of this property should be same, or must be same, we can say here. And here I have to rename like first name. Okay, then last name. Okay, phone number, and email address. Fine. So one thing I have to make change here, user ID is an integer, so I will have to change here the class as integer. Fine. So now it's added. So five fields now I added. So those things I need to map to this text field. So just double click here. Here is the field name. So I have to bind this to user ID. Fine. And finish. Suppose I want to bind to first name, then select first name. So just I'm adding here that whatever the value we are getting, the same thing is I'm binding, and here we have some properties, like suppose I want to make this uppercase or lowercase. Okay, so what we can do to lowercase or to uppercase. Okay, so suppose that I want to bind this method, so it will look like this. So what will happen, it will call that first name getter method, and it will make that to uppercase. Okay, or simply if you don't want to make this uppercase, just remove that. Okay, and this one I want to bind last name, finish, and I want to bind this field as a phone number, and I want to bind this one as email address. That's it. So now I have binded these all properties to our this field. So what will happen in the from the backend, I will just pass the list of user. So what will happen, so we can see here all the details, right? So what I want, make this one up to here. Fine, and save. That's it. So this is now the static text, and this is the logo, and whatever you want in summary page, so many things we can see here, that there are the many things here built-in elements, a composite element like current date. Suppose I want to show here the current date, so we can just put here current date here. Okay, so just make this color as white for color white. So these are the built-in. We will see the current date here, right? And we have many things here, time or percentage or the page x of y. So if we have multiple pages, so we can see the current page and the total page here. Okay, and total page or page number. So many things we have here, we can see. Okay, so just save, and now our this file is prepared, right? So it is now created here. Let's move to our resource folder. That's fine, and close this. Okay, save and close. Now what I want to write one endpoints. Just create one endpoint in user controller. Just write something invoice controller. So just I want to write one REST controller first. Public is string generate PDF. Okay, so what I want, just I want to generate first in a PDF file, and then I will show you then I will return. First I want to generate, and I will save this file in the local. Okay, and then I will show you. So what I need to do now, first I need to create one data source from wherever data is coming. Okay, then so what I need to do now, first we need to take one dependency, Maven dependency, Jasper report Maven. So I need to add this in pom.xml. Save. Fine. So this dependency we have to add if we want to use a Jasper API. Then I need to create the first thing, JR bean collection data source. Okay, and I have to pass here collection. Then user service dot generate user list. So this method will return the list of user. Okay, this list it will return. This is the first thing I have to do, and the second thing I have to load this XML file. Okay, so how can you load? Jasper, I need to compile that file. Jasper compile manager dot compile report. In the compile report I have to pass input stream. Okay, so new file input stream and the path of that file, then src resources JRXML. So compile it may throw the exception, so just add throws exception. Fine. So now it will return Jasper report compiled report, and after after loading this one, I have to fill the data in those things whatever we have configured in that JRXML file. Okay, so then Jasper field manager, okay, fill report, and I have to pass here three things basically we have to pass. The first thing compile report, and second thing we have to pass one map, and third thing we have to pass bin collection data source. Okay, so map, I will show you what is the use of map. String, and the value is going to be object hash map. That's it. So it will return one Jasper print. Okay, so this is the actual report what we are getting after filling the data. Okay, so it will fill the data from this collection. Okay, and we have the map. I will show you what is the use of this map. Just pass one empty map, and here's the compiled report. And after that, Jasper export manager, we have to export how, in which format I want to export. So we have many method here, overloaded method, export report to HTML file or export report to PDF. Okay, so what I want, export report to PDF file. Okay, I want to return, just pass the print report here and the path of that file. Just I want to pass something invoice dot PDF. Just I want to generate this one, then later I will show you how to download this one. Okay, so I will not export in the local file, just will download that one. So just some returning your message generated. Okay, and save this one. Let's run, then close this one, localhost 8080 and PDF. So we're getting 500 something error here, file not found. Sorry, so file not found because src so I'm getting generated, right? So here it should be downloaded, it should be generated one PDF file. Just refresh and we can see invoice.pdf. See, now we are seeing this PDF file, right? So what I want now, now this generated in my local file, so I don't want to export to file, but just I want to return this one. Okay, in PDF file I want to download. Then what we can do now, Jasper export report manager dot export PDF, export PDF only, not I don't want to do anything, and just pass here report, and it will return, what is the return type, this one, it will return one byte. Okay, byte array, and this thing I want to return. So response entity, just return one byte array, and here then add http headers, okay, headers dot set. So http headers dot content disposition. So it means we want to force browser to download one PDF file, so we have to pass here some attribute inline, and means it will download in the same tab equal to invoice dot PDF. That's it. Then return response entity dot OK dot headers and pass header dot body and data, and the content type we can add here dot content type media type dot PDF application PDF. That's it. And instead of REST controller, make this controller now. That's it. Let's run. Great. Now we should see the PDF file here. Nice. So we can see the PDF file now. It is generating and downloading. Okay. So what I want to make this tabular format, and I want to make this text dynamic, because I want to show you what is the use of map, or how we can pass some custom values or parameterized value here that will be dynamic, like we want to change this value, or we have some total thing or other different thing, like how we can pass some parameterized values to this report, right? Then what we can just open this file now. I want border. I want to make this dynamic thing. So just right click and convert to text field. Now it's a text field now. So I need to bind this one. So either we can bind the field name or we can bind the parameter. So we can see here the many built-in parameters. So I have to add one parameter. Right click, create parameter. Okay, and rename this one. Make the name of this something title. Okay, title, text, or whatever you want, we can give you the custom things. Okay, so this thing is now given. What we need to change now, just save this one, go to code here, invoice, and in this map I'm passing why it is now object type, because we may have the different type of values, like we may have the integer or sometime string. Okay, so map dot put and key, I created one title, then pass this one title something what user report. Okay, or better, just I want to take one dynamic value. Okay, so what I can make this in URL. Okay, so in query param I want to take, then just take here at the rate request param is string title. Okay, and the same title I can pass from here. That's great. Now let's run. That's it. So I have to pass title equal to user invoice. Now we're seeing user report. Oh, so I think I have not saved this one. Oh sorry, I need to bind, right? So just double click and I need to bind this parameter. Select parameter and we have title. Okay, the title, and I want to show you this method use also to uppercase. Okay, so select this to uppercase. Fine, so title and to uppercase and finish. Save, rerun. Now download. It's see the user invoice now in the uppercase. Okay, so user report, now we are seeing user report, right? So we can dynamically pass, and we want to make this in tabular format like border. Just select these all fields. That's it. Go to properties, select border and select this one. Fine, and save. And the same thing I want for this one. Select all fields and go to border, select this one. That's it. So we can see the border. Okay, save and rerun. refresh this page now. Yes, so we can see this tabular format, so there is a little bit gap here. Okay, so that's why we're seeing fine. So we can make a little left side. Fine, that's great. So how we can pass the, here the dynamic thing. That's great. And we have here the many built-in things we can pass here, and we can save, and anything parameter we have to pass, we can make this one, right? We can just bind one parameters, we can dynamically pass from here in the map. So if you want to pass anything, map dot put, we have suppose total user, suppose we have something amount we are passing, and whatever we want to pass, we can pass. And we can design as complex we want to design this one. So suppose I want to in the Google, if you want to see here invoice template, so we can select here images, and we can see many things, right? So what we can do, you can see these are the static text we are passing, these are the static, right? So we can make like this in here what we are passing. So we can take what, suppose I'm opening, okay. So in this case, what we can just pass the total, right? And this one we can take the parameters total, we can take tax, and we can text date or subtotal, we can take as what map. In a map we can put, right, as a parameter, and these are the static text we can pass. Or we have the dynamic, so we can also pass what, we can bind these all as parameters, okay, whatever the dynamic values we have. So and so we can design as per our requirement. So just try to design from yourself, and just take the screenshot and add in the comment, and we will see that how great design you have done. And so thank you very much for watching this video, and if you really like this video, so please share with your friends, and subscribe this channel to get the update on new video. So thank you very much for watching. We will see you in the next video.